For the History 1 week, few half a dozen men encircled a website in Nairobi domestic garden, discharge jumbo tusks of navigation glass, lot of them so big it conducted 2 men to conduct 1 incisor, and house them in towers of elephant ivory up to 10 feet high and 20 feet through. It forms thing love a cemetery for several of the planet's portrait vanishing kind. On Sunday, the cemetery will rotate in a crematory. Kenya CEO Uhuru Kenyatta will lighting a matchstick to 105 tons of jumbo elephant ivory, tons of rhinoceros bugle, exotics pet skins and some means such as sandalwood and drug crust. The destroying of illegal living nature consumer goods dwarfs whatever such how has been made up. The tusks one, of on 8,000 elephants, would be cost more than rather than $105 millionth on the dark marketplace, onto living nature trading specialist Esmond Bradley Martin. The rhinoceros bugle, of 343 animals, would be cost more than rather than $67 millionth. Along, he's more than rather than $172 millionth cost of illegal living nature consumer goods departure up in Fume. House 1 and a part times more than rather than Kenya spends on its ecological and nature asset agent each year. But the Kenyans say how the stock is not precious, he's useless. Of a Kenya prospect, we're not observer any cash go up in Fume, Kenya Living Nature Facility CEO General Kidalime Batha told. Same just importance of the elephant ivory is tusks on a dwell jumbo. Recording standard of poachers house not fair conservationist rhetorical. But the team's founding member trouble on the next. I question if my large grandchildren will in fact be capable to see savage elephants residing a regular lifetime, told Daphne Sheldrick, the planet-renowned Kenya conservationist who mentioned the mercy following her deceased man. African governments are fight the illicit trading in living nature consumer goods, but they include length perplexed above which to do in seized elephant ivory and bugle. The capacity revenue how could be engendered of the selling has been hard for lot cash money-strapped governments to reject. The Convention in World Trading in Vanishing Kind, CITES, allows for the trading of elephant ivory by specific occasion. Murder the marketplace but Kenya does things otherwise. By the management of famous conservationist Richard Leakey, the Kenya Living Nature Facility advanced the concept of flaming illicit elephant ivory in 1989. At the period, Kenya was cladding a severe meltdown, loser on 4,000 elephants to poachers a year. Later President Daniel Arap Moi torched 12 tons of elephant ivory in the at first burn-up. During 6 months of the burn-up, in 1990, the jumbo poachers practically stopped in Kenya and in largest African countries since down there was no marketplace, told Leakey. Same just decision was to murder marketplace and we did. It was corpse for shut to 10 year, perhaps much longer. Sunday's elephant ivory burn-up is Kenya's 4, and the greatest one in story by a big profit. Leakey attributes the present growth in the consumer demand for elephant ivory to a off allowed turnover of tusks. Down there is so lot corrupt practices in Africa, so lot corrupt practices in some places, how illicit elephant ivory begun to come the trading and the marketplace importance for elephant ivory present is high rather than he's always been, he explainable. The final purpose of the burn-up, the Kenya Living Nature Facility says, is to promote a full and constant ban on the trading of jumbo elephant ivory, and never enable for its selling, though within the country. Incorrect communication? Heads of country of several countries in the greatest jumbo populations in Africa will be on website for the burn-up. But a deputation of Botswana, one of Africa's preservation successful stories, is refusal to visit. Botswana says the burn-up sends the incorrect communication. Other claim how the burn-up is a PR trick how has been made up, but Leakey insists how quite rather than a trick, the elephant ivory burn-up is a declaration how elephants are in profound anxiety. While we burn up the elephant ivory, we are making it for a particular cause, he told. And present down there is a new meltdown, and new human beings to achieve in the communication, Leakey told. China's quickly increasing economics and expansion top grade include created a powerful marketplace for elephant ivory and rhinoceros bugle, he says. They, China, never saw the 1989 to 1990 jumbo meltdown. They were not exposed to the blood pressure how we driven on the planet markets in such days. So we include to do it once again, and hows which we are making, told Leakey. He says the aim should be to changing the behavior of the human beings of China and some nations who trading in illegal living nature means. He hopes how jumbo elephant Ivory and rhinoceros Bugle will miss their gloss. We wish to enter a feeling of confusion and embarrassment to the use of means for ornaments, for statues, or for consuming inventory, Leakey told. No should be with who else's gearing to enrichment themselves.